Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto here for the Wasteland Reviewer channel here on YouTube, and I'm here to review Marvel's new film, Doctor Strange, starring Benedict Cumberbatch and directed and written by Scott Derrickson. So, going into this film, I was obviously very excited. I'm a huge Marvel fan, and I'm always excited to see what they do with their next film, how it connects, how they keep building on this franchise that I love so much. And in this film in particular, this is a very strange, obviously, character for them to be taking on and trying to make a film about. And I was interested and excited and nervous since, for the most part, Marvel has gone out there and made good films, all their films, and you keep wondering when something might come out that's not exactly the greatest, might be a bad film. This definitely was not. I loved this film, and I was very impressed. And one of the biggest things is, going in when I heard that Scott Derrickson, who was picked to direct this film, who has basically only done horror films, and honestly, looking back, not very widely praised horror films, I was a little nervous about why they brought him in to do this film. And having seen it, I'm pleasantly surprised and very happy that he did, because he did a great job. This film whisked away. It was quick and slow when it needed to be at important times, and honestly, the visuals in this film are breathtaking. And some of the things is I still can't comprehend what I saw when I was watching the film, and it took a lot of balls for Marvel to go out there and make something like this, because it was very different. And I hear a lot of people say, oh, this is Harry Potter meets Inception. The visuals in this film blow Inception away, and it's a lot more intricate and complex than just bending some city blocks and stuff like that. How everything moved and interacted, how the characters looked, it looked real. It looked like actual things were happening, which is completely shocking. And some of the visuals were 2001-esque, just crazy, going through wormholes, time, dimensions, all kinds of things. And it was just, I was in awe for a lot of that. And when it comes to the story, it is an origin story, and I loved how they set up Doctor Strange. You felt like you knew this guy, and you feel for him, and you get to see him go through his journey to become Sorcerer Supreme. And now, in terms of being an origin story, and with such an odd background and all the things they have to incorporate into it, a lot of the film was a lot of exposition, points where they were literally standing in front of a screen being like, well, here's the bad guy, here's all the bad things you should look after. And those took me out a little bit, but the thing is, everything they were saying was so fascinating that it kept drawing me back in, and this is just a cool story. And a lot of people give Marvel crap for how generic the plot is, the 3 acts can be cookie cutter acts. This film, how the third act of this film is not like any other Marvel movie, and it was very pleasant surprise for me, and I thought it was really cool what they did with it. I'm not going to go into any in depth on that, but let's just say it is a very different way for this movie to play out than you would expect. Now, in terms of characters, Doctor Strange is definitely one of my favorite Marvel characters now, and Benedict Cumberbatch brought his A game. He was fantastic. And even little things about his interests, like his fascination with pop music, and being able to say, oh, this song came out then, and being able to come up with stuff like that off the top of his head. And I know a lot of people are comparing him as like, oh, he's just Tony Stark. There are major differences. He is overly confident and really sure of himself, but he's not. There's other things a part of his character that makes him a different person. And when things are all said and done, he is a very likable and relatable and really awesome character. And Chiwetel Ejiofor's performance as Mordo and the character they built up. Now, you want a Marvel villain and how he's set up, I can't wait to see him in other Marvel movies. And I can't wait to see Doctor Strange 2 to see that confrontation. Tilda Swinton, there was tons of controversy with her being cast in the role of the Ancient One. It's not like she's playing an Asian character. They changed the backstory of the character, and they changed the backstory to quite a few characters in this, and changed the races and the genders of certain characters. And Tilda Swinton was fantastic. She was enigmatic and interesting, and you actually wanted to pay attention to what she was doing. One of my small favorite characters was Wong, played by Benedict Wong. He was a lot of fun, and how he interacted with Doctor Strange was fantastic. Rachel McAdams was not just some damsel in distress, love interest. She actually brought out a lot of great things in Doctor Strange and was a great character on her own. In terms of the actual villain of the film, he was a lot better than a majority of the Marvel villains. It's not quite one of the top ones, but Mads Mikkelsen brought a really terrifying intensity to the character, and with any great origin story, he's a great foil to the actual character of Doctor Strange. And I thought that he was above average villain for the film. Overall, the only other things with some of the effects, whenever it came to hand fighting scenes, there's a lot of shaky cam, there was a lot of distortions. One big thing to look out for in this film is his cloak, because it's a character all on its own. It's a lot of fun. I give Doctor Strange an A- and would highly recommend going to see Doctor Strange in theaters.